Hi guys, this is Demented Raven. I just wanted to give a bit of a channel update before we start today's video. Basically, I'll be showing you guys my live reaction of the Dying Light 2 live stream from last week. And boy was it a time. Oh, it looks amazing and fantastic and wonderful. However, there is a spanner in the works on my front. It's not an issue. It's not an issue at all. But also the fact the timing is crazy because it's Pride Month, and also I want to let you know where I'm standing with the whole thing. Basically, what I'm talking about is with Dying Light 2. As the video starts, it gives you content warnings that there's going to be strong sexual content and nudity. And I am asexual, and not every ace is like me. A lot of people can handle sexual content and stuff like that, but unfortunately I'm one of the people that can't. So I am afraid. I've been looking forward to Dying Light 2 for years, and Dying Light 2 never had any of the sort in it. I know there was like a brief answering machine message thing, but one that would never set off for me. Two, it was easily avoidable. Apart from that, there was like nothing else. But the fact that there's sexual content, strong sexual content, and nudity in the game makes me nervous, because I tend to avoid content of that caliber unless you're able to avoid it, such as like if it's optional missions and that, and if it is optional and stuff, I can still play the game, so I can just avoid that stuff. However, if it's going to be integrated into the main game, the main focus, like the main quests, unfortunately I may not be able to play the game, which is a shame, because it's not a blame thing or any of the sort. This is just more myself not being able to actually participate in this, which is a shame. But I will keep tabs on everything, and I'll see if it's possible, if I can play it. Because this day and age, the fact that the strong sexual content has never been a secret in games, but it's getting more and more common and more frequent. Like, check out, for example, The Last of Us and The Last of Us 2. The Last of Us 2 really went down that road compared to the first game. And a number of other games are really jumping down that road, and that content may be grand for a lot of people, but unfortunately it is not for me. And so as you see it coming up with my live reaction, I may appear incredibly anxious and uneasy because I was afraid in case the trailer may contain some content that made me very uncomfortable. But despite that, the game looks marvelous, and if that stuff is just optional, then I'll jump in the zombie hunt and take as many heads as possible. However, if it's not, unfortunately I may have to bow out this sequel, which crushes me, because you guys know Dying Light's one of my favourite games and it means the world. And hopefully in the future, I'm not necessarily particular talking about like games now or Dying Light 2, hopefully in the future like sexual content can get the same treatment as gore. What with how often it's becoming, you can like switch that option off. Like if there's going to be like relations or something on screen, you can like there could be an option to turn it off, and like it can be implied or some shit instead, so it doesn't like take away from the story, but you just don't have to witness the nitty gritty. So yeah, that's just things I've been thinking of. But yeah, I just wanted to like let you guys know the updates of Dying Light in my channel, my feelings and all that stuff, and the fact with me being ace, it may be an issue for me to like record content if there's going to be something of that caliber featured in the game. So yeah, so I'm just gonna keep an eye out. I'm still gonna it's just more to say, I don't know what's gonna happen with Dying Light on my channel in the future. I'm just going to take it as it comes. But as you know, I've been slowly branching out of other content also. I've been like posting stuff like from Doom, because that's another one of my favourite games. I've been posting like how to kill Marauders instantly without using exploits and shit. and there's other stuff as well. And I've also got another project coming up soon, so there'll be more stuff. If you're a subscriber and you're down for the variety aspect, then fair. If you're just here for Dying Light, which I'm sure a lot of you are, and you aren't so sure on sticking around for other stuff, I can understand. But I'm not saying Dying Light is completely gone right now, because there is definitely going to be another DLC pack, and I'm going to be doing a showcase. So, and I was going to be showing the Wasp, the new Wasp weapon, but unfortunately, for some reason, despite being on Techland GG and redeeming the docket, and it's not appearing on my game at all, and I don't know why. I have not got a clue. I am not certain why. So so once I have that problem fixed, I will do a showcase of that, and I believe there will be another DLC pack coming soon, so we will also do a showcase of that. So there's still going to be plenty of showcases, and as for Dying Light 2 stuff, I am not certain yet. I'll just have to take it as it comes, and wait and see. Fingers crossed that all that stuff is optional, so I can just avoid it, like avoiding zombies. And yeah, so here's hoping that I can do that. Just if you can, for those that don't understand, just pretend like, I don't know, you know how some people get like really uneasy over games with gore and can't play them. It's kind of like that, but yeah, I get really uneasy, anxious, uncomfortable. I know they say don't hold back from your fears and that, and I don't, but this is one thing I just cannot stomach, and I'm just like, nope. So it's like, you know, it's hard to describe, but yeah, I know not everyone is here for like all the personal details, just want game stuff, but I thought you guys deserved an update, because you guys have been here for so long, and you've been supporting me, and this channel's growth's been absolutely mad, and I forever appreciate it. And I hope no matter where I go on this journey that you guys will be here with me, and if not, or if you feel like the changes are much too drastic in the future, I would understand if you needed to bow out, because everyone goes through changes and you can't always just stick with the one thing. And I love doing Dying Light content. That's why I keep on doing it, because I enjoy it, and you guys clearly enjoy it too, and it makes me happy, and it makes you happy, and yeah. So I'm just going to see what happens. I'm just going to take it as it comes, and to an info to know basis, stuff like that. And I thought you guys deserved an update for what's going to happen with this to the channel in the future in regards to Dying Light content. Okay, so long story short, still doing showcases, DLCs, and that's for Dying Light 2. I am not certain what's going to happen till I know for sure if like scenes of a sexual nature are optional and not mandatory. So we shall see. Here's hoping I can play it and then join the rest of you guys with the adventure, because we've all been waiting for Dying Light 2 for years, and I mean years. So yeah, so here we go. Let's go and show you my live reaction that it was on Twitch. And for everyone that joined and was watching, thank you so much. And if you never got to watch it on Twitch, or if you're not one for Twitch, then you can watch it here now, and I hope you guys enjoy it. So take it easy, take care, and stay awesome. Who's ready? I've done all the hype I can. I've done all I can. Okay, here we go, guys. Is ready for Dying Light 2 info again. We're here again. We're here again. Once again. Here we go. Oh, there's gonna be what? Strong sexual content. Oh, I don't think I can play this. I don't think I can play this. I don't think I can play this. That's me. I can't play this. Hasn't started. I can't play this. Please don't show anything in the trailer. Please don't show anything in the trailer. Please don't show anything in the trailer. Please don't. Please don't. Episode 1.
Hello guys, nice to meet you. I'm Leah, and this is Dying to Know.
Hi.
If you're dying to know what's going on in the world of Dying Light 2, then You're in the right place.
I don't think I'm ready
We'll be
anymore.
showing you all the new
I'm not
bits and the
ready
latest
anymore.
From the Dying Light world.
I'm not ready
We're announcing
anymore.
a few contests. We'll be talking
I'm
to
not ready anymore.
developers, and probably most importantly, we're going to be showing you a brand new gameplay trailer where you can see the current state of the Dying Light 2 game.
Okay.
But first, there's someone here I need to introduce you to.
Who?
It's Aiden Caldwell.
I'm a pilgrim,
I knew it.
an outcast,
I knew they were going to say Jonah.
roaming like a Japanese Ronin or an Old West desperado. My past is dark, but my future
I
has a
find it
tiny,
taking the last of us
dying
too.
light at the end of this tunnel.
He said it. Hi, Jonah.
Hello guys, my name is Jonah Scott and I voice Aiden Caldwell in Dying Light 2. But before that, I'm going to host this program with Leia, if you don't mind.
My pleasure. Well, I'm ready. Jonah's definitely ready. And I hope you're ready.
I'm not ready.
So if you're dying to know, just like us, then stick with us.
I'm absolutely terrified.
The story told in Dying Light 2 occurs 20 years after the events of the first game. And if you're wondering what happened in those intervening 20 years, well, there's no better person to ask than the Dying Light 2 world director, Thomas Gabao. with who
Yeah,
I'll be
I'm curious.
talking
What
in
did
just a moment.
happen?
And after that, I'll be speaking with Piotr Jemenic, the narrative director of the game, so about the characters that appear in Dying Light 2.
Okay, what's going on?
Welcome to the show, Thomas. So the first question I have for you today is, do I need to have played Dying Light 1 to sort of understand what's happening in Dying Light 2?
No, actually, you don't. Like you mentioned before, our game takes place some 20 years later, in a world where humankind has lost the war to the virus. So,
Right.
in a way, you could say that Dying Light 2 takes us to the world beyond the apocalypse.
Intriguing. All right, tell me more, please.
Well, you remember the events of Heron in 2014.
Yep.
Well, after that, world leaders, they had a tough choice to make. They had to isolate the city of Heron.
Right.
For that, they created an exclusion zone. Like in Chernobyl, only a lot more people were left to die inside the walls.
Yeah, right. So they just isolated the entire city.
So the
and
Chernobyl
did it
then?
help? Did it stop the virus?
Yeah,
Nope.
for a while it worked.
Not
Enough
for
for
long.
everyone to forget about it, at least. Only in secret, a handful of scientists continued to study the virus. You know, manipulating its DNA, creating new strains. They were looking for commercial military applications. So, you know, they're
As
doing
always.
it for the money, really.
Yeah, of course. So what happened next?
Well, next, the shit hit the fan. By Christmas 2021, one of these mutated strains escaped from a level 4 laboratory located near Geneva. We don't really know if this was accidental or not.
I doubt that.
But this time the virus was much faster than any government. Before the world could react, civilization was on the brink of collapse. People were dying in the streets, capital cities were burning. By the end of 2023, 98% of the population had been lost to the virus. There was a few settlements remaining, but only one city was still standing. The last bastion of mankind, our city, Villador, aka the city.
Right, so Villador is what we have left. So that's everything that's happened outside of the city. What actually happens inside Villador?
Well, the city has unique rules. First of all, it's surrounded by seemingly impassable walls. And inside the walls, the people decided to use a radical new weapon against the infection, which actually gave them the upper hand in the first stages of the pandemic, but it also created terrifying new monster archetypes. 15 years on, a new equilibrium sort of emerged in the city. By daylight, human factions fight to control the city, and at night, the streets become the realm of these bloodthirsty infected
Yeah, I mind
monsters.
it. I'm in saying something
Great.
like that.
Well, that is extremely interesting. Thank you very much, Thomas. And we'll be hearing more about the vibrant and fantastic city soon, I hope. But first, I think we need to hear a little bit more about the characters.
Tell us about Aiden.
Our second guest is a man of two industries, cinema and gaming. In a previous life,
There he
wrote
is.
the hit HBO series Wataha?
Wataha, yeah.
Wataha. And then he moved on to Techland to become a narrative director, Piotr Jemenic.
Hi guys, thank you.
So we have plenty of time to talk about the rest of the characters in Dying Light 2. There are tons of them. But today I think we want to focus on Aiden Caldwell, the protagonist. You want to talk
Said
more
that.
about him? Or?
Yeah, sure. So, Aiden, he's the member of Outcasts, you know, the group of people traveling through this dangerous world of Dying Light 2, called pilgrims, because he's looking for his relative, the person whom he lost many, many years ago, and that person is his only memory from the past, and the only answer to whom Aiden really is.
Aiden is a really rich, deep character, very much cooler than I am.
No,
but,
no, come on.
I mean, he can run across buildings, jump from rooftop to rooftop, use all kinds of weapons.
Yeah, well, you know, he didn't have much choice. This world is full of infected, bloodthirsty creatures, so he didn't
Adapt
have
and
much
survive
choice,
pretty
right?
much.
The weak die, the strong survive, and Aiden, he just has to be strong. But why did he come like that? Why him? That's the main question of the game, and the player will have opportunity also to decide how Aiden will evolve. Will he help the weak? Will it distract him from his main goal? Or maybe he will just strive to the end of his search as soon as possible.
I can't imagine trying to survive or live in a city like that as a lone wolf by yourself without any kind of
I don't think
support.
anybody
Well,
could.
he's not gonna be alone, you know. He will meet many people.
The guys,
But
those guys at the
again,
start.
depending on the player choices. Some of them will become his allies, but some of them will become his enemies. One of
That
the
was
group he
kind
will
of hinted
encounter
before,
are
wasn't it?
the Night Runners, the former special force officers who were sick of the army's cynicism and lack of concern for common people.
Yeah,
But they were brave enough to help the people during the night. And
Night's
the
always
night,
like the
as you know,
worst.
is pretty horrifying in the game.
Yep.
Yeah, so Aiden joins the Night Runners.
Oh, that's the question, my friends. The player will have to answer too. I won't spoil
Interesting.
the pleasure of discovering Aiden's actions and true motivations.
Plot
but
twists
what
even,
I can share
and
with you
choices.
is the fact that we really put big effort to make this character and many others complex and multidimensional. But
Right.
there is so much more to be discovered during the game.
Oh, it's fascinating. I can't wait to learn more. Thank you so much, Pierre.
Thank you, thank you.
Okay, now what? I'm
So
still
before we
terrified.
watch the gameplay trailer of Dying Light 2 for the first time,
I don't know if I
we
want
need to
to.
talk about something which is basically at the center of the Dying Light universe, which is
The community. Over the past few years, Dying Light has amassed over 23 million players and a 95% positive review rating on Steam.
I seen
which
that.
is
Unsley talked about that.
overwhelmingly positive. So
Unsley talked
We'd like
about
to
that.
take a few seconds and thank you guys.
thank you all for being on this journey with us. Thank you for sharing your love
It's all
with
the
others of
arts.
Dying Light. And thank you for these great moments spent together. Dying Light 1 has some amazingly creative fans, which is fantastic, pardon the pun, because we're going to be starting a brand new contest which will combine your love of Dying Light with that
Cute.
same creativity.
Now, with the release date of Dying Light 2 drawing ever closer, we'd like to
That's
extend
cute.
our hand and invite you to make the community a little bit bigger. If you find yourself skilled in the ways of visual arts, writing, or costumes and cosplay, please join the Dying Light universe.
That's
So
cute.
check out
That is actually cute.
dyinglight.com/contest, and if you win, there's a fantastic monetary prize on the line.
That's
But
adorable.
There's some other great rewards you could be in with a chance with winning as well.
Like Platinum Edition of Dying Light.
Ah, is that what we're talking about next?
Look at this. This is the finest edition of Dying Light ever made. This is the Platinum Edition of Dying Light. This has every bit of content ever released for Dying Light in one place.
Have it already.
It's massive. I mean, look at it.
All the
For those of you
DLCs.
who haven't experienced Dying Light yet, we are introducing Dying Light 1 Platinum Edition. It's the biggest and most complete edition to have ever existed.
And we're offering it to you now at an historically low price. All
Which
the
is?
content, lowest price.
It's literally
Oh,
no better time to
it
buy than
is.
now, and you can get it on Steam, Xbox,
I'm
and
sure a lot of people
Get
got
your
it though.
Platinum Edition of Dying Light now. This is the best offer, like, ever. I guess we don't have time to go over everything that's in the Platinum Edition, but it is everything.
I can just
This is how
imagine.
it looks.
Yep, it is all the bundles. Like the CMC Godfather. All the stuff I reviewed. Yeah, I recognise them bundles. Yep. Even Hellblade. Oh, and the Chinese bundles. Chinese New Year. Oh, yep, I recognise all those. Yep. Yeah, I've reviewed all them. And this 5th anniversary as well, and the Viking ones, that was a good one, and the Retro Wave. Oh, just all of them. All of them. I've covered them. Crossbow from the Fallen.
Okay, so I'm excited because you guys are in just a second
I don't
gonna
wanna.
see the official
I don't
gameplay
wanna.
trailer for Dying Light 2. And then
Please
after
say there's
that,
nothing
we're
in
gonna
it.
interview some of the devs that made it possible.
Please say there's
So
nothing in
without
it,
further
please.
ado, Here
I know it probably will
is.
be in the game, but not in the trailer. Please not in the trailer. Please not in the trailer.
everyone.
Please not in the trailer.
We've been quiet for some time.
Please not in the
Since,
trailer.
like the rest of the world, we had some unforeseen hurdles to clear. But the wait is over.
No, I'm not. I can't.
Let's dive into the open world of Dying Light 2.
I fucking swear. Do not. I'm freaking out.
The last slice of Dying Light 2 showcased the mission from the main storyline.
Yep, I remember that.
You saw how your decisions influenced the narrative and notably
I
changed the
feel
environment.
sick. Oh my gosh.
This time, we want to give you a broader look at the game and a sneak peek at some of the things we'll be talking about in upcoming months.
Okay. Oh fuck.
In Dying Light 2, you become Aiden Caldwell,
Yep.
an outsider trying to unravel a tangled mystery from his past. Its trail leads him to the city, probably the last bastion of mankind in the world.
Yep, there's a lot of zombies.
At first, you feel like this intense, brutal place will tear you apart. But then you meet the Night Runners, veteran survivors who help people in better days.
By the way, I'm Hakon.
You were a night runner. You used to help people, remember?
Night runners are gone. Finished. A myth.
And although it's not entirely clear you can trust them, you need allies in the dark.
Well, they're like the volatiles of this game.
And these are the modern Dark Ages. It's been 15 years since the apocalypse and the world has changed. The old civilization has fallen, but a new one has been built on its ashes.
But
People fight desperately for scarce resources. Rules are broken, and weakness is punished.
She's innocent.
Three
Well.
factions struggle for position in the city. Survivors pride themselves on being able to adapt to any circumstances and cobble together safe
Vegetables.
zones almost everywhere. Peacekeepers, loyal soldiers who want to impose their version of law and order and trample all in their path.
I think I remember that mentioned
Renegades,
before.
ex-prisoners serving their ruthless colonel, seeking to become sole rulers of the city.
Where is Wolves? Make him tell me.
Use these factions to reach your goal. Help or harm them to reshape the city to your liking.
Did I just say Dying Light
Just
when?
remember, each faction
Did I
contains
just see
complex characters.
Oh my gosh, if that's true, it's taking the piss out of. Oh my word.
Some kind of bad habit of yours?
Go away, girlie. I don't trust
So,
you.
will you follow cold calculation or your heart?
Kill everyone. Kill everyone. Kill everyone.
Find a home here.
Kill everyone.
Some in the city offer no chance for an alliance. Bandits, outlaws, and common thugs live only to plunder and kill, plunging the streets into chaos. Yet, nightfall scares all of them equally.
Oh shit. I'm curious to know what how the night's gonna go. Ah.
Darkness changes the rules of the world.
He looks
As
different.
the light fails, monsters crawl out of hiding to prey on the poor souls caught outside the safety of UV rays. Hordes of infected pour into the streets like decaying lava.
Hundreds.
The deadly spawn of 15 years ago.
It's that creepy looking one. What the hell? There's more. There is more. There's so many of them.
Exploit the city's verticality and flee to the roofs. Though even there, you are never safe from swift and deadly virals.
The virals are back. Which is never good.
Or even greater threat.
Uh-oh.
Yet night brings opportunity as well.
Save
Nests
people.
rife with infected during the day now lie empty. To explore them, you must tread carefully.
Huh.
But those brave enough to face the terrors of the night can loot a jackpot.
Okay. There's all the
Luckily,
tricks.
You have all the tools you need to survive. Your extraordinary parkour skills allow you to navigate even the most treacherous terrain.
It's over here.
On the roofs, you can count on your parkour acrobatics to save your life.
Oh boy.
But often, you'll have to face your enemies head on. And then you have to be smart, resourceful, and determined. We've worked hard on the essence of our combat, making sure swinging a big, meaty weapon
See
is
that?
fun, satisfying, and well executed.
I'm sorry.
But even the most
Flying
brutal
heads.
fights can be tactical as well. You have multiple ways
It's
to
so
hone your skills
squishy.
toward the gameplay
They're
style
so
that suits you
squishy.
best.
You're
It's
so
up to you if you
squishy.
focus mostly
Look at all
on
the
mobility
blood.
and parkour,
Squishy.
or aggressive, blunt force combat,
Squishy.
or a crafty approach where the tools you've created get the job
Ah,
done.
that was
Every
funny.
ability you learn can be a game changer and possibly a new favorite move.
I thought. Wait. I thought
Things
guns
move
weren't a
fast
thing.
and quick in Dying Light 2. Each moment matters. Each move could mean triumph or defeat.
Go away, girly. Bye.
Choose your actions and friends carefully.
I'm
Every
making
big
no
event in
friends.
the city can reshape the gameplay environment, change the course of the narrative, and decide the fate of the city's residents.
Kill everyone.
But most importantly, you decide your own fate as well.
You're about to turn.
Make sure to stay human.
That's why they call it Stay Human. Okay. I'll give you that.
Extensive post-apocalyptic world. And I really like that divisiveness. You know, the life on the roof and then death on the streets.
Yeah, like the intensity of the day and the night cycle together.
It's almost like Dying Light 2 is two different games put together into one.
Yeah, like despite all the brutality going on the ground floor, there's something about like the rooftops and the plants. And
It's
stuff.
cozy.
Yeah, it
The
kind of-
plants. Yeah,
But it
vegetables.
does feel like every decision is vital. Like your choices actually do have some consequences.
Choices and consequences are incredibly vital to Dying Light 2's gameplay. And we're going to interview some devs and talk about some other very vital gameplay mechanics. Our next
Who's
guest
next?
is Adrian Pizza-Shizevsky. Hi.
Welcome, and that gameplay looked awesome. I know we can't wait to get our hands on it, but congrats.
Yeah, for sure. It looks like you guys have a very unique world and a very unique game.
It's
Where
very
do you all get
pretty.
your inspiration from?
But I'm terrified.
That was a research. We did a deep dive into the history of our world, and we found repetitive patterns. We found that people use the same behaviors in the
Ugh,
past
don't
after the
remind
fall of
me.
civilization or after the fall of the nation that's supposed to be a backbone of our world.
Yep, the world never
so
learns.
Our approach was super simple. We just copycat those behaviors and attitudes and show you how our world would look like after the fall. However, it's kind of obvious that the main reason that civilization fall is virus pandemic or eventually the economical collapse. Yeah, that's basically obvious thing.
Rather
But
not
it's
think
even
about it.
darker if you connect those things with the research we did at the beginning of the production. So people will question everything. They're gonna blame everything and everyone that's supposed to guide us in our lives every day. So they're gonna blame governments, they're gonna blame law, they're gonna blame science, or even religion. Some people might ask themselves that where was God when it happened to us, basically, you know? So I feel that all of those things together creates the sensation that it's a
It's a
giant
soup
step
pot called
backward for our
Chernobyl.
civilization.
So, Dying Light 2 has a subtitle, Stay Human. What does that mean?
Stay human.
Well,
Don't be a
it's
zombie.
super hard
I'm
to
not sorry, but
remember
what
those
question? That's an
values
obvious
that makes us
question.
Human, so like compassion or support. So The entire fold at those dark
Hold on.
times we have is
Still
a
watching.
big test for everyone. And I think it's even harder test because to stay human, people would sacrifice what's the most important for them or sometimes risk their lives.
Wow, so that's like really intense. And there's like the obvious like double meaning to it, which is what I was thinking. Stay human, don't become a zombie.
Yeah, that's why.
One disclaimer, those are not zombies. You know,
Oh.
those,
What?
those are infected people that turn to be a monster. They're just crossing a line, you know, and then turning to be a monster, you know. Because in Dying Light, we all infected. Yeah, we all wearing this biomarker, you know it, and you're wearing this, I'm wearing this. That's a watch, actually, but you know that, you know. So that's the thing. So the challenge is to not cross this line at all costs. So that's the biggest challenge of staying human in this.
Still zombies. You can call them whatever you want.
Not zombies.
People who've crossed the line.
Right, well, fascinating. Thank you so much, Adrian. We're definitely going to be
Zombies.
Here with you again soon.
Okay.
Thank you
I
so
like
much.
the whole monster idea, but fuck, man, they're zombies. They're zombies, pal.
We have with us Katarzyna Tarnacka, the environmental art director.
Hi. And we have game designer Michał Buzak.
Hello.
So, choices and consequences. The player has to make a choice, and they have to experience or endure the consequences. What does that mean?
Basically, the whole system of choice and consequences is really, really complex. I would say the best way to describe it is that the player is making the decisions based on 3 layers. First one are the choices that you do
3
for the
layers?
main story missions. And those
Yeah.
big changes are actually can change the whole game
Figured that
or
much.
even how the story ends. The second layer are
Okay.
choices that you do while the quests. And those choices can actually
Yeah, yeah, I
influence
figured
the
that
mission
much.
itself. And
But what's
last
the third one?
The last layer is so-called
Oh,
city
right.
alignment
Never
system.
mind. Never mind. I know.
As an open world game designer, would like to focus on.
Please do, go on.
All right, so water and electricity are
I
basically
think I know
key
what's
to
gonna be
survive in every world.
saying here.
By restoring it, player cannot not only unlock the water or electricity in
Yeah.
the area, but he can also, based on his decision, assign it to one of the factions, which will influence how the district looks like.
I had a
or
feeling
who's
it would
gonna
sound
live
like
inside
that.
it. But it also, what is pretty more important for a player, unlock new tools for him, like unique tools for each factions, like car traps, zip lines, or trampoline. That player can use in exploration to deal with bandits or infected, or simply to move faster through the city. So basically, based on your choices, you shape the game environment, which gives you a different experience
Light
every
when?
time you start a new game. And what is worth mentioning here that Dying Light 2 is playable up to 4 co-op players. So you can host the game or join other players.
Oh, they got
to
it. They
see
brought
how
that
their
back. That's
choices
good.
Came up differently to your own.
Cool.
There's one thing I'm really curious about, though. Night versus day. How does the gameplay differ
A
from
lot.
the night and the day?
Well, the short answer is that day is for humans and night is for the monsters. But to describe it, a
They're
little
calling
better,
them
I would say
monsters.
that during the day, humans,
They're trying to avoid the
factions,
word zombie.
bandits,
It's
or
they're
survivors scouring the
zombies.
city
They
and
bite
searching
you.
for
You
some
turn.
scraps
You're a
where someone might
zombie.
have them. And this is the best time
At
for
least
a
they're not
player
doing a
to
Days
explore
Gone
the
and
city,
calling them
meet its
freakers.
citizens,
Oh,
learn
that
the
word makes me
stories, day-to-day
cringe.
agenda, or even simply help them in a quest or open world activities to survive those dark ages.
Yeah, and that sounds quite pleasant, but I'm guessing night changes everything.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
All the
Please,
infected
like,
get out of the
Lass, if we
buildings.
stop saying the
Compared
obvious,
to
that's
Dying
twice
Light
you've
1,
done
the
that.
night
It's
is gonna
like
be even
we're
more
already,
intense this time.
we're already thinking
Intense
it.
in
You don't
terms
have
of the
to
amount
say
of
it.
enemies, the new types, and
Oh, I'm
new, more
exhausted
aggressive
emotionally.
behaviors.
This is
And
too
what
much.
important, this time, night can mean also opportunity. An opportunity for the players who are courage and skilled enough to use the fact that all the infected are outside
way too
and buildings are accessible to explore them and search for the most valuable loot in the game.
Katarzyna, you're responsible for the post-apocalyptic look of the city. Can you tell us a little bit how about the city became to look that way?
Yes, I guess the important thing to realize is in 2025, a decision was made to use a chemical attack to stop the spread of the Haran virus. And the result is a tight ring of chemically active areas around the city. Some of the chemicals have gotten into the groundwater and spread under the surface, killing every living plant and every living thing in its reach. What it means for the city is that the street levels are virtually dead. The soil is unable to sustain any life, any plant. And the street level is a domain of the monsters, just decaying in every aspect.
Wow. So it sounds like there's just no healthy organic life down there at all.
Not really. The survival on the street level is pretty tough. So the common people are just visitors there. But the life prevailed. It moved up to the rooftops. And this is where the plants are flourishing and
That's
blooming
pretty.
in the,
I like
the
that.
post-apocalyptic
I like that a
landscape.
lot.
And this is where people build and develop the new world of Dying Light 2.
I like that.
Electricity producing windmills and save zones for the player. And in a way, in a metaphorical sense, the rooftops are the new default ground floor, the level 0. And trip to the
That's
streets
interesting.
is, in a way, a trip underground, a -1 of sorts.
Hmm.
Just the corpse of,
I like that.
of a lost civilization.
Yeah, to say the least.
That
I
is
can't
actually
imagine being a
pretty cool.
citizen living in that city, let alone being a player, and how challenging that's going to be.
Yeah, and hold that thought. Thank you very much for joining us today. But it's now time to introduce our next guests.
Okay, who's next?
With us now are Bartosz and Peter. And guys, I have one question about the open world in Dying Light 2. How big is it?
I got told
Pretty
it's.
big.
I got told it's bigger than
You know
like.
that. Can you tell us a little bit more?
It's
Yes,
bigger than the
of course.
Fallen's land.
The map in Dying Light 2 is divided into 2 huge regions and several zones.
Okay.
There are plenty leftovers from the lost civilization for you to scavenge. But we didn't want our players to perceive the map only horizontally. So we see the map as a multi-level 3D world that supports your traversal and helps you solve parkour puzzles.
I think they said it was like
because we
bigger
call
than the Fallen,
multiplayer open world
and that was
exploration.
huge.
And you know, the movement system from Dying Light 1, we remove every restriction from the player. You can move everywhere you want, how you want to do it.
Hey, I like
I think
that.
that was a big challenge for us to create the geometry that support all of
I
it.
like that.
We did it, and I think we did it well.
I like
Doing
that,
the
I like
same
that.
thing in Dying Light 2 wasn't our goal. We want to make one or more step forward to surprise the player expectation.
I like
That's
that.
why we doubled the number of parkour moves.
Doubled. And I mean, it's not like there was a shortage in Dying Light 1, so what?
Yes, the iconic Dying
Yeah,
Light
some
1
moves in
parkour
Dying Light
is
1 never got
essential.
used.
We improve it.
Like wall
We double
running.
the number of parkour moves.
Yep.
The players will see over 3,000 different parkour animations. From the basic move.
I know they've been
tricks,
really,
to the
really
small
wanting to
little
with this one.
tasty details there that you can see it.
Okay, well, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to stop you there, but don't hate me because in the next episode, we're gonna be talking more about parkour and how the team have managed to make an authentic urban running experience in Dying Light 2.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for the information. Bartosz, Peter, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Is that the end of the episode?
Okay, so the last and arguably the most important
Release
question I'm sure
date.
you
I
have
heard
is
it's been
when
leaked.
is the release date?
Yeah, that is a very, 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 very.
Yeah, that's what
important
everyone's been
question.
asking.
And luckily, we have the answer. And that answer is the 7th of December.
I was leaked. I seen that today.
And now that we know the release date of the game,
It was leaked today, but I didn't see anything until now. I knew it was December 7th, but
And there you go. Congratulations. You just pre-ordered one of the most anticipated games of this year. Go you.
now everyone can stop asking when it's coming out now. Dying Light when? Dying Light 2 when?
Oh, wow. I want one.
Well, I've got good news for you then, because this official figurine
Aye.
is part of the collector's edition of Dying Light 2, and you can get one for yourself if you want.
Nice.
We'll leave like a proper unboxing of
Oh,
the
it's
whole set
purple.
for the professionals.
I
but
bet they
we
cost
have it all in front of us
bomb.
right now, so
Nah.
maybe not to take a look. You get in the collector's edition a concept art book full
Cute.
of stunning artwork from the game.
Uh-huh.
You get this steel book, which
As
will have your
always.
game inside it, of course, and you get this interesting little sort of UV flashlight.
That's
so,
cute.
Yeah.
Cool. It looks like there's all sorts of vanity elements in here too, like some legendary skin packs, as well as all sorts of digital elements. For more information on
And
the
it'll
digital elements, please
cost.
visit the pre-order website. I want this, and I want Dying Light 2.
Kind of thought you'd say
I think
that.
Aiden's
So
gonna
you're
get
feeling the same way
Aiden.
then,
Sorry, Jonah's gonna
good
get a
news
free
because you
copy.
can pre-order the collector's edition. However, it is very, very limited, so you'll have to be very quick.
Rest assured, there will be plenty of the standard edition for your standard gamer, but if you're into special editions, there is a deluxe edition of Dying Light 2 with a steel book, legendary pack, and a digital
The
soundtrack.
second cover
Much,
looks
much more.
pretty
So
cool.
to summarize, that's 3 different editions that you can buy.
Look at
depending on what
the
you
size of that box. That's probably gonna cost like, I don't know, 250
And if
quid.
you just can't wait want a release to get immersed in the world of Dying Light 2, then why don't you go check out the Techland Gamers and Goodies website for more info.
Yeah,
Ah,
this
is that the
program
thing of the
for all
contest?
gamers, whether or not you want updates on
I
Dying
think
Light
so.
2 with the news, or you want Dying Light 2 items in Dying Light 1. Everyone's going to find something they like there.
Nice.
Yep, and this is just an initial offering as well. Check back later for even more details, more information, and we'll be going through it in future episodes as well.
I think that's us.
That's it. Don't
Yep.
forget to pre-order the game and take part in our contests. The details are on the game's website.
And here's a sneak peek at the topic of the next episode. Thank you for watching.
Do I want to know?
Stay safe out there. Bye.
See ya.
Bye, Jonah and girl. I forgot her name already. Oh no, what are we looking at? What are we looking at? Virals. Monsters. Monsters. Just call them what they are. Okay, I think that's us. And there's the pre-order. There we go. Now everyone's mind has been blown. It's going to be on PS4 as well? Holy shit, it's going to be like on everything. I thought they weren't doing previous gen. Well, I was wrong. Alternate cover and retail copies of standard edition. Fair. Well, that's it. That's it, guys. Well, looks grand though. Looks good. But I'm worried about the one aspect that I was not looking forward to. Now there's stuff like yeah, that's totally drained me big time. I was terrified watching this because of in case they were going to show content I don't like. It does. Years ago, before when it was just announced, I got actually made fun of a former friend going, if there's any sexual content in the game, I'm going to laugh at you.